Okay. Okay, I'm going to share. Okay, I'm going to share, guys, the PowerPoint no, for the lecture. Okay, let me just adjust nyo yung ano. Ipat natin. Ayan. So yung first module of the course is about the theory of interest. And it covers no, yung simple interest, compound interest, annuities and amortization. So yung mga interest na yan, class, these are applied no, in investing and borrowing. So when we invest our money in banks or financial institutions, our money will grow, no, subject no, to the interest rates no, provided no, by the banks or financial institutions. Now also interest rates no, are applied no, in borrowing. So when we borrow money from a bank or a financial institution, the money is subject no, to interest charges. Okay, interest charges. So yung mga interest charges na yun, those will be added to the amount that we borrowed. And then the total, which is the maturity value, is the amount that we need to pay back no, the banks and the financial institutions. So we first discuss yung simple interest. So interest no, is defined as the amount that a bank or someone charges a borrower for the duration of the time he uses money. So yung amount, ano yan, amount of interest yan. So we usually denote this by I. And then the amount of money borrowed or invested, no, is called the principal. So P, no, yung symbol natin for the principal amount. And then the length of the transaction period no, is called the term. Okay, so we usually denote it by small t. So yung term na yan, we can also look it as time. Okay, yung time period, yung term, time period of investment, time period of borrowing, or time period of the loan. So di ba pag nagbaborrow tayo ng money, we call it loan, right? So this term starts on the origin date and ends on the maturity date. So yung term na yan, this is always in the unit of measurement na years, no? So dapat kino-convert natin yung term na yan into years kasi sa formulas, ang assumption natin is that this time or terms no, are in the years unit of measurement. Okay? And then, the maturity value is also defined no, as the sum of the principal and the interest term. So the maturity value, ito yung amount after earning interest, amount of your money after earning interest, and it's also the amount of money to be paid back no, to the lender. So ibig sabihin, principal amount yan plus the interest earned or interest charges. Okay, so kumbaga ano siya? P plus I. Principal plus the amount of interest. So the same terms apply no, when the transaction no, is an investment no, instead of a loan. Okay, so yun yung mga definition of terms natin. Let's define muna. Ano ba yung simple interest na yan? So simple interest is one wherein only the original amount or the principal amount earns interest for the duration of the term. Okay, so kung investment, ibig sabihin, one-time earning lang. Okay, kunyari yung investment natin is for 2 years. In 2 years, your money will grow only once. Okay, yun yung ibig sabihin ng simple interest natin. Okay? So the formula for the amount of simple interest. So yung amount of simple interest is given by this formula. So we're putting S here to indicate that we're using simple interest rates. Okay? So yung P, you know that it's the principal amount. Yung R, it's the interest rate per year or annual rate. Okay? So yung R na yan, yung small r na yan, it's the annual rate. Usually, in problem solving, it's given as a percentage. But when we use it in the formula or using our calculators, you have to convert it in decimal. So kunwari, 6.5%. Okay, tapos 12%. So si 12%, that indicates your R is equal to 0.12. Okay, tapos yung 6.5%, that's going to be 0.065. O, paano ko nakuha yung mga decimals na yan? How do we get these decimals? Anong gagawin natin sa 6.5 and 12? Oh, class participation. How do we get the 0.065? How do we get by 12? Okay, we have to divide the percent by 100. Okay, so actually tama si no? Lara is correct, no? Okay? So 6.5% divided by 6.5% divided by 100. So kaya we have 0.065 here. Now, is it allowed to round this off, yung 0.065? Kunwari nagko-compute tayo, yung R. Instead of 0.065, ginamit mo 0.07. Pwede ba yun? Okay, Johnson is correct, no? Hindi pwede, no? We can't do that, right? We can't do we can round this off. Okay, what's the implication of rounding this off? What's the implication of rounding this off? Di ba we're talking about money matters here, right? So if we are talking about millions of pesos and billions of pesos, that small rounding off will have a big effect in the money, in the amount of interest earnings or amount of interest charges. Okay, do you understand, class? Do you understand? Okay, so di ba pag ni-round off mo siya, you can't round this off to 0.07. No? So ang gagawin nyo, just use this as is. Okay, use as is, no, in the formula. Okay, we don't round it off. Okay, so yan yung sa rates natin. Okay, so ayan, no. So remark about the interest rate. So it's usually given in percent and should be converted to the equivalent decimal form. So for example, if the interest rates given are 6.5% and 24%, these are the decimal forms of the values of R. Okay, so let's have an example, no? Let's find the interest earned. Okay, so pag sinabing interest earned, this means amount. Okay, amount of interest earned. So that means we're looking into the value of capital I. That's question mark. Okay, so find the interest earned after 3 years. Okay, so 3 years is the term of investment. So remember, I told you kanina, di ba, that the term of investment should always be in years. So pag naka-months yan or days, we need to convert it into years. Okay, so T equals 3. Now, if 12,000 pesos is deposited in a savings account which earns 5% simple interest. So, how much is deposited? No, 12,000 pesos. So, yan yung principal, no? Yan yung amount invested. Okay, and then the 5% here indicates that small r is equal to 0.05. Okay? So which means, kung gagamitin natin yung formula natin kanina, So we will be having 12,000 pesos times 0.05 times 3. Oh, how much is this, class? Okay, magkano yan? Ayan, so, okay. So very good, guys. So it's 1,000. I'm going to trust your answers. Pare-parehas naman kayong 1,800. So I presume tama yung answer niyo. So 1,800 pesos. Okay? So ito yung interest earnings. No? Kung magkano yung na-earn. Okay? That is the amount earned by the investment. Okay? Okay, next. Okay. So, madali lang yan, no? So, next, let's have the maturity value. No? The maturity value, F, is the sum of the principal and the interest earned. So, ang formula niya is F is equal to P amount invested or amount borrowed plus the amount of interest earnings or amount amount of interest charge. So another formula for the maturity value is as follows. Okay, so capital F maturity value equals the principal times 1 plus rate times time. So na-derive yan, class, no? As follows. So yung I sub S natin, that's P times R times T. And then using algebra, since both of these contains P, we can factor out the P. And then we have 1 plus rate times time. So ito yung formula niya, no? So we also refer the maturity value as future value. So in this context, now we also call P as the current or the present value. Okay, so let's have an example. Ayan. Eliza borrowed. So this is a borrowing problem, no? Eliza borrowed 40,000 pesos from a lending firm that charges 6% per year. How much will she pay the lending firm after 5 years? Okay, so what is this 40,000? What is that for 40,000 plus? Amount borrowed yan. Anong symbol natin ng amount borrowed? Okay. So that's our, okay, Johnson is correct. Okay, that's our, di ba pagka amount invested or amount borrowed, kung magkano yung hiniram natin, magkano yung ininvest natin, that's always your principal amount. Okay? And then 6% per year, no? Yan yung annual rate. So that means our rate will be what? Ano yung decimal form ng 6%? Okay, you can type it in the chat box. 6% ay 0. Okay, very good. So 0.06. Okay, and then ang question sa atin is how much will she pay the lending firm after 5 years? So again, naka-years na yung term of investment o yung time, that's going to be 5. Pero ang tanong sa atin, how much will she pay? So dapat, di ba, pag nagbayad ka na, when you pay, it should be the principal amount plus the interest charges. So that means we are looking into the maturity value. Okay? So that means gagamitin natin yung formula na no? Maturity value, maturity tayo. Okay, P times 1 plus rate times time. Okay, so ang P natin, that's 40,000 times 1 plus our rate is 0.06 and then time is 5. Okay, para diretso na, no? So 40,000 times 1 plus 0.06 times 5. Ilan yan? Okay, 52. Okay, very good. 52,000 pesos. Okay, so ito yung direction na, no? Direct, no? Direct formula for the maturity value. Pero kung dadaan ka pa sa ganito class, okay, kung idadaan mo dito, no? 40,000 times 0.06 times 5, that's going to be 12,000 pesos. Tapos, para makuha mo yung maturity value, that's P plus I, which is 40,000 plus 12,000 pesos. So, you will also get the same answer. No? Pero, yun nga, dalawang beses, dalawa yung computation mo. Unlike this one, it's already computing directly the value of the maturity value. Okay? Okay. Okay, now, in some cases, we will be solving the principal, the rate, and the time given a specified amount of interest. So the following formulas shall be used, no? So yung formula na I equals P times R times T. Pwede natin i-derive yung formula ni P, formula ni R, formula ni T. So ito yon, no? P equals I over RT, R equals I over principal times time, T equals I over principal times rate, and so on. However, since F or the maturity value is equal to the principal amount plus the amount of interest, pwede rin natin isolve yung I na yan by transposing yung P sa kabilang side. So, ang mangyayari, I is equal to F minus P. So, which means, etong mga formula na to, no, etong si AR at saka yung KT, no, pwede natin siyang isulat as R is equal to F minus P over P times T. Tapos this one, we can also write this as T is equal to F minus P over P times R. Okay, so these are formulas, no? For the rate and for the time. But of course, for the rate, kailangan natin i-multiply by 100%, no? Para maibalik natin sa percentage form yung rates natin. And then also, we can solve for the principal amount by dividing the maturity value by 1 plus rate times time. Okay? O, tignan nga natin to. At what simple interest rate was 16,500 pesos invested if it earned an interest of 1,620 pesos? Okay, so at what simple interest rate? So meaning we're looking for the value of small r. Okay, can everyone still follow here, class? Baka mamaya dakdak ako ng dakdak, wala na pala nakikinig sa akin. Ano? Ayan. So R is question mark, right? Okay, so at what rate was this invested? So ito yung amount invested, no? Amount invested, that's the principal value. Okay? And then if it earned an interest of 1,620 pesos. So ito yung ano, interest earnings. Ibig sabihin yan yung capital I. Okay, just after 1.5 years, this means that T is equal to 1.5. So since we're looking for R, and given yung I, yung P, tsaka yung T, if we go back dun sa slide natin kanina, pwede natin, kahit ito lang magamit natin, no? Yung I over P times T. Okay? So that is 1,620 divided by 16,500 times 1.5. And then that whole thing should be multiplied by 100%. So ilan yan, class? Okay, so yung mga may calculator, no, please Please help me out here. Okay. Times 100. Okay, anong sagot ninyo? Okay, 6.5. Now, class, paki-round off sa 2 decimal places. So that's going to be 6.5545 eh. Ang sabi 6.545. Oh, anong sagot natin? 6.54 ba o 6.55? Okay, 6.54 o 6.55? Pag-round off tayo, so 5 na to. So pag 5 yan, dapat magdadagdag dun sa 4. So that should be 6.55. Okay, so 6.55%. No? Kasi times natin by 100. Kaya naka-percent siya. Okay? So yan yung ating example number 3. Okay, next. Example 4. How long will it take for 1,000? So pag sinabing how long, ibig sabihin, time, term of investment. Time or term. So that means time or term is question mark. So how long will it take for 1,000 pesos to earn 200 pesos if the rate of interest is 5% annually per year? So magkano o gaano katagal daw mag-earn ng 200 peso interest yung 1,000 pesos na investment? Okay, so that means this is your P. This one is the amount of interest. Kasi earnings na, di ba? Pag earnings, interest earnings yan. So capital I. And then 5% is R is equal to 0.05. So since we're looking for T, ang formula natin is I over P times R. Okay, so I is 1,000 pesos divided by P is, I'm sorry, baliktad pala. Okay. I is 200 pesos. Kasi ito 1,000. Okay, multiplied by 0.05. Okay, so ilan yan? Okay. Okay, so ayan. You got it right, guys. So that's 4 years. Okay, so 4 years yan. Okay, so 4 years. So ang unit of measurement lagi ng time ay years. So 4 years. So eksakto, no? Ang galing, no? Eksaktong 4 years yung answer. Okay? And then ito, no? Example number 5. Ayan. Example 5. Find the principal which will amount to 3,066,000 pesos in 3 years at 9.25% simple interest rate. So find the principal amount. So that means P is question mark. Okay, which will amount. So will, ibig sabihin future value. So ito yung F. Okay, F. Tapos 3 years, that's our T. And then 9.25%. What's going to be the value of R here? That's 0.0925. So hindi pwedeng i-round off to ha, 0.0925 ang gagamitin. So what is the formula for P if we want to find out, no? If we are given with F, T, and R, how do we find P if we are given with F, T, and R? Anong formula yung gagamitin natin? Nasaan yung formula kanina? Ito yan, no? This one. Okay. So which means P is equal to F over 1 plus rate times time. Okay? O, pakisolve nga, class. 3,066,000 divided by 1 plus, ang rate natin is 0.0925. Okay, multiplied sa 3. Okay. So since amount yan, no, in pesos, yung principal amount, paki-round off to 2 decimal places. Okay. Okay. Eksakto yata yung sagot. Ayan. Okay. Okay. Very good, guys. You got the correct answers, no? 2,400,000. No? 2,400,000 pesos. So ito yung amount invested. No, pag nag-invest ka ng 2.4 million in 3 years subject to 9.25% simple interest, ang maturity value will become 3.066 million pesos. Okay? So do you understand, class, yung mga examples natin? Nakukuha nyo naman kung paano i-identify kung sino yung principal, sino yung maturity, ano yung time T, ano yung R natin. Dapat alam nyo yun kasi pag nag-exam kayo, halo-halo na yung problems, di ba? So you need to know how to identify which is F, which is P, which is R, which is T. Okay? Okay. So now what happens kapag yung time natin? Kasi in our previous examples, no, the time T given is expressed in years. Now, in some cases, it's possible that the investment or the loan, no, is the term of investment is in terms of months or days. So kung naka months or days yung time, we need to do some necessary conversions. So kailangan natin mag-convert. Okay, paano nagko-convert pag months? So kunyari, ang term natin is 7 months. Okay, 7 months. So how do we convert this in years? Paano mako-convert yan in years? Anyone? Sige nga, paano i-convert yan in years? Okay. Okay, we have to, okay, tama si Marquise and Lily, divided by 12. So ang time T natin is 7 over 12. Okay? 7 over 12 siya. Okay, now class, what is 7 over 12 in decimal? Pag sinek natin yung 7 over 12 in decimal, ano siya, no? That's going to be 0.58 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and so on. Actually, paulit-ulit na 3. Okay? So, is it okay kung gagamitin natin 0.58 pag in-scrap natin yung 3333 na yan? Kunyari sa formula, kunyari nagko-compute tayo ng interest, PRT. So instead na ginamit natin 7 over 12, ginamit natin PR times 0.58. Pwede ba yun? Tinanggal natin yung 0.00333333 na yan. Pwede ba yun, class? What do you think? O isipin nyo, pera yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Nagtanggal tayo ng 0.003333 dun sa time. So one might think na maliit lang naman yung 0.003333 na yan. Yes, that's right, maliit lang. Kung yung mga investment or yung mga loan natin ay, let's say, in hundreds or thousands lang. Pero pagka millions na yan, billions na yan, that 0.003333 would mean hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands. So medyo malaki-laki na rin yun. Okay? So ibig sabihin, hindi nyo pwedeng i-round off yung time na yan, no, pag gagamitin mo sa formula. Okay, do you understand what I mean, guys? Okay. So hindi nyo pwedeng i-round off yon. So which means, ang tama dyan is kailangan gagamitin nyo pa din yung yung 7/12, yung eksaktong value niya. 7/12. So use the exact value. Okay? So do not round off yan. Ito yung gagamitin mo for that one. Now, for the times that the terms is in days, kunwari, 289 days. Okay, 289 days. So, how do we convert this in years? Paano mako-convert yan sa years? How do we convert it in years? Kanina, nung months, nag-divide tayo by 12. So, pag days, anong divisor natin? Pag days. Okay, so Christian got it right. We can divide by 365, no? 289 over 365 days. Pero class, there's another one, no? There's another one. 365, hindi, ginagamit natin 365 talaga, no? Hindi 366. Pag ginagamit natin yung 366 days, if we are counting, no? The number of days in between two dates. Okay? But the other one that I am talking about here is we can also divide the 289 by 360 instead of 365. So some banks are using this divisor because banks would assume that every month of the year has 30 days. So ina-assume ng mga bangko na January 30 days lang, February 30 days, kahit na 28 yon, March 30 days, April 30 days. So 30 times 12 months, 30 days, tapos 12 months, that's 360. So ito yung tinatawag natin na banker's rule, no? I'm sure na encounter niyo na, hindi niyo pa ba na-encounter yung banker's rule in junior high school or in the senior high school? Class? Class? Okay. Ayan, meron na daw. Okay, nasan yung iba, no? Parang the same people lang ang nagre-reply sa akin. So malalaman ko naman later kung sino yung So please please reply, okay? Okay, so banker's rule ang tawag doon, class, over 360. So paano pag sa problem solving natin? Anong gagamitin namin, sir? Are we going to use 365? Are we going to use 360? So if the problem indicates the banker's rule, use 360. But if hindi naka-identify, no? If banker's rule is not stated in the problem, ang assumption natin is 365. Okay, malinaw yung class ha, rule natin sa klase ha, in Math E, 360 pag sinabing banker's rule. If there's no banker's rule stated, over 365 ang gagamitin. Okay, naintindihan? Okay. Okay, very good. So punta tayo dito, ayan. So ito yung ayan, ito yung formulas natin. Ayan. Or pwede siyang T equals number of days over 365. Okay? Huwag nyo nang copyahin class, baka mamaya kinakopya nyo yung kasi isa-save ko to later on as PDF file. Tapos isa-send ko sa isa-send ko sa Big Sky. Okay? O, ayan. So ito, paano pag ganitong problem, no? If the time given is between two dates, for example, March 21, 2011 and July 14, 2011. So pagka dalawang dates yung given, kailangan natin bilangin. No, we need to count the number of days between March 21 and July 14, 2011. So that means you should be familiar, no, with the ilang days ba meron kay January, ilang days ba meron kay February. And then you also have to note that kung leap year ba yung year na 2011. Halimbawa, may February, no? Kailangan nyo i-account yan, no? Kung leap year ba siya. Kasi pag leap year, ilang days ang February pag leap year? Ilang days ang February pag leap year? Okay. 29. O, tama, 29, no? So guys, no, kapag ka magbibilang ka, parang pwede mong pagdikitin yung knuckles mo, no? Okay, pagdidikitin mo yung knuckles mo. And then, pag-start ka dito sa una, January, tapos yung in-between two knuckles, ito February, tapos March, April, May, June, July, tapos nakakabit yung dalawang yon, August, September, October, November, December. Okay? So lahat ng months na nandun sa knuckles, yun yung 31 days. So si January, si March, si May, July, August, October, and December, sila yung 31 days. The rest, 30 days, except February na 28 days and 29 days, depending kung leap year or not. Now, how do you know if the year given is a leap year? Paano nyo malalaman kung leap year? Oh, is 2011 a leap year? Calendar daw. Niloloko tayo ni Michael. Calendar daw. Siyempre, paano? Anong Google? Okay, i-google na lang daw. Yan, kasi online eh. O paano, kung halimbawa walang Google, paano malalaman na leap year si 2011? Anong, kumbaga para ano yung pinaka-formula natin? Ayan, divisible dapat by ano. Every 4 years siya, so dapat divisible by 4 yung taon. So yung mga leap years natin, halimbawa 2020, leap year yan. 2024, 2028, yan. Mga leap year yan kasi divisible by 4 yung mga yan. So if the year is not divisible by 4, ibig sabihin hindi yun leap year. Okay, o now bilangin natin. So March 2011, April 2011, May 2011, June 2011. Tapos we have July 2011. So ang kompleto lang na nagamit natin is yung April. April has 30 days. May has 31 days. June has 30 days. Okay, yung March, since nag-start tayo sa March 21, ibig sabihin, we don't use the whole 31 days ng March. Okay, saglit lang class ha. Bakit ganun? Ayan. Okay, ayan. So March 2011. So ilang days? So from March 21 to March 31. Ilang days lang yun? From March 21 to 31. So ang gagawin nyo, 31 days si March minus kung kailan tayo nag-start. Minus 21. So ilan yun? 10 days lang, no? Is that correct? 10 days siya. Okay? So 10, 30, 31, and 30. Tapos si July, since hindi na natin kailangan mag-subtract sa July, ibig sabihin yan, July 1 hanggang 14. So 14 days yon. Okay? So ilang days lahat yan? So that's going to be 5, tapos 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 11. So 115 days. Okay? So which means ang term natin dito will be 115 over 365 if not Banker's rule, or T is equal to 115 over 360. Okay, malinaw yung example na to, class? Okay. Okay. Okay, sige. Alam ko pagod na kayo. Ilan ang klase niyo today, class? Ilan ang klase niyo this Tuesday? Ngayong Tuesday. 4. Anong oras yung last class niyo before mag 6 to 7, before yung meeting natin? Okay, baka iba-iba kayo siguro. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so ito naman class, kapag may coinciding dates, okay, anong ibig sabihin ng dates coincide? Okay, so if you look at the following, no, July 20, kasi ito, March 20. So July 20, 2011 hanggang March 20, 2012. So kung parehas na 20, ibig sabihin, the dates coincide. Okay? So pagka coinciding, hindi natin kailangan bilangin daily, no? Ang pwede na natin siyang bilangin na by months. No? We count by months. Okay? So this is only valid if the dates are coinciding. So ilang months ba between July 20 to March 20? So ilang months yon? So August 20, so first month yon, August 20, September 20, October 20, November 20, December 20, tapos January 20, February 20, March 20. Hanggang 2012, di ba? So 8 months. So ang term natin is 8 months. So that means T is equal to 8 over 12. Okay? So, ayan yung gagawin natin. Okay. So, pwede nyo nang i-ignore yung isa kanina. Ayan. Okay. So, siguro itong last, ilang slides na lang to. Example 6, example 7, example 8, example 9. So, i-discuss natin yung example 8 and 9, 10, 6 to 10 next meeting. Okay, para meron tayong pwedeng pang-recall. Okay, naintindihan ba to class? Sa next meeting natin is on Thursday. Okay, 6 to 7:30. Okay? May tanong, class? May tanong? Can I ask you to open lang your cams, class? I just want to see your, ano? Okay. Kung, ayan. So I hope that you learned something in our lesson today. And if you have additional questions regarding the course and regarding our lesson today, please please ask it through email or through Google Chat. Okay, naintindihan niyo naman, class? Mukhang pagod na itsura niyo. Sorry, class, ha? So parang bored na bored kayo sa sa lesson natin. Math. Gabing-gabi na nagmamat tayo. Okay? So, kung walang tanong, thank you guys. Thank you very much. And see you again on Thursday. Okay?
Sir, question po.
Bye-bye.
Sorry.
Ay, yes.
Thank you,
Joseph.
sir.
Sir, twice a week po meeting natin. Weekly?
Yes, twice a week. Tuesday, Thursday. Pero maglalabas ako ng schedule table natin. Kasi may mga times na I can't meet you may mga araw na hindi ko kayo mamimit ng 6 to 7:30. So I have to fix the schedule and finalize it. Once it's finalized, I'll give it to you para alam nyo kung kailan ang synchronous meetings natin.
Alright,
Okay?
sir. Thank you po.
Okay, Joseph. Sige. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ingat kayo.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.